This podcast is being brought to you by WXAV 88.3 FM and WXAV.com. WXAV, bringing the best podcasts to you.
Hi, my name is DJ Holiday, and I work at WXAV, and today I'm interviewing...
Half White, Full Black.
Edwin Raphael.
Matt Rogers / It's Matt.
Claire Ridgely.
And Pool Boy on the beat.
And Oscar Lewis.
So, first of all, I could tell right away that all of you guys seem to have, at least from my personal view right now, you guys seem to have a very good chemistry together. Do you think that having a good chemistry is one of the keys to, like, having a good group?
Well, I can't imagine a group not working, functioning properly without great chemistry. I think we're lucky to know such great people, and we're lucky to be able to make music with our friends. So yeah, I mean, we do have great chemistry. I think it's really important.
I also read, so being a group of 8 people, that has to be sometimes difficult, I'd imagine, with 8 different personalities coming together, or does it just always kind of harmoniously join?
So far, it's been pretty harmonious, I think. It's weird. I think all 8 of us are very easy going in the room. It's like the flow just never breaks. I feel like if someone feels a bit stuck, I feel someone else just picks up really quickly, and so there's never like inefficiency.
Yeah, and we're we really don't let our own individual egos or like what we want out of something get in the way. We're also very like different in terms of musical styles, so we're not actively really competing with each other, but rather finding ways that our styles complement one another.
Learn to trust the process too, also, and not, we also make music as solo artists, and understand that not to like knock down an idea and just like let it breathe, because you never know where the song's gonna go, and to sort of check your ego at the door, I think is super important. And
would you say that you guys collectively do different things but then like come together in a certain area, or do you think that the separate differences kind of make it its own thing?
I think maybe it revolves around the beat. We're at a campfire and we're all sitting around the beat, which is the fire.
I like
Totally. Yeah, we listen, then we exactly. We each take turns with the marshmallow stick.
Microphone. But it really is.
Oh, you grill your marshmallow like that.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Very interesting. Got a little technique.
Oh, yours is
I like it
burnt.
It's really based off what like Cool Boy, Jacob, and Matt really think of for the beat, and then whatever it falls into is what it is.
Okay, I think that's pretty cool. So then what would you say your favorite part of the creative process would be? Would it be like the writing process, the mixing process, the recording process?
I think it's when like starting ideas is always fun, but finishing them is always a little bit harder. I think the real moment for me, at least, is when everything is coming together, and we have like an idea of where the song is going, and we know that, like, let's say it's worth putting our best foot forward because we actually have something. For me, that's the most exciting part, or what I strive for, really. Words by Junie is the first one to be done usually, and then he just like helps other people find words, or also like being 8 people on a track, it's really important for us to know what the song is talking about. If you let people do whatever they want, it's
not gonna make sense.
It's got to be grounded in some.
Is there any piece that like each of you guys are particularly proud of more than others, I should say?
Well, the song that we just released is pretty fly.
Yeah, Handsome But You Ugly, the one that's coming out Aug 5th.
So for those of you that do have separate projects, do you find it difficult to separate your own solo stuff or stuff with like other artists versus the stuff in this group? Would you find that that's a difficulty to do? I've always wondered that with artists that are in multiple like bands that have very different sounds. Is it difficult to go from one mode to another mode, or does it just happen?
No, I don't think so. I think it's pretty different, but also very natural. I think it's exciting to be part of a a group and to like bring out an idea that you perhaps might not have brought out if you were just making a song yourself. And like within this super group, I think there's also like mini groups. Like me and Matt have like a thing called like Honda Girls, and it's interesting that we can also like pair up and make something that matches me and Matt's.
Yeah, it all sounds different whatever you mix and match.
I think it's also a great opportunity for artists to make music that they wouldn't necessarily release on their own brand, you know?
Totally. But I think we can do that also because all of us do like a wide variety of music in terms of what we listen to. Like I think there's some people that they make a certain kind of music, they only listen to that kind of music, so like getting together and not doing that's probably weird, but we like want to be multi-genre. Yeah, it's in our blood.
It's nice. I think it pushes us to be like just more creative. I think maybe it like allows us to be more creative. I think.
Learn.
Like just more free, and we're all together in this. And it's also been really cool to see how over time, like we keep coming together at different points. And you know, we just came together last week and made a really cool song, and it was really nice to just feel like, oh wow, like we've. You know, we're working on our craft and we are becoming better and better. And, you know, every time we meet, we have something new to show one another. Yeah.
And one of the other weird things is I feel like after doing things like this, it also kind of spills over onto your own project. Like, like you're like, oh, I could maybe try something that I tried another time. Yes.
Taking a chance.
What's cool as well is that, like, it's fun also seeing what other members of the group, how they like picture you doing stuff. Like there's been a few times where Claire has like thought of like a flow for me, and I was like, oh wow, I would have never thought to do that, but because Claire's in the room with me and she, you know, she has her own interpretation of what I do, it's like really fun seeing that.
It's good to get another artist's input on your part, even though they might not be able to particularly perform that part themselves.
Yeah, for sure, exactly. Putting yourself in another person's shoes, you'd be like, oh, what would he or she write or sing to this, and it's fun.
Another thing I noticed was that the juxtaposition between the lyrics and then the overall background sound. Do you guys do that for an artistic purpose, or is it just like something you enjoy doing?
I think it kind of happens naturally.
We don't do anything on purpose.
But juxtaposition is always fun, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we do some things on purpose.
Yeah.
Like lyrically, you know, but like, I feel like a lot of those, like if we're doing things like that are showing opposites, like if the beat is totally opposite to what the music is, like that kind of happens naturally. And I think we do like having things that are like the opposite of what the beat is.
Yeah, I think like as a producer, like listening to like when we're done with this interview, we're gonna listen to some music because we have a session, and I think that's probably the most important part. Like listening to a whole bunch of music and then different kinds of music, and then kind of making like a collage, you know. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. Like Casey Musgraves, for example, like Claire was saying, like it's like country, but also very pop, and I think like that juxtaposition pays off. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just have one last question for you guys. The last thing I wanted to ask was, what does college radio mean to you?
The youth.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we're pretty aware that we're probably not going to connect right away with like older crowds, and we are younger people, so it's like reaching out to college radio. And I used to work for a college radio station as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for Concordia's college radio, and it's just like, I don't know. I also was a huge fan of like Stretch and Bobbito, which was college radio, which gave way for hip hop being played on mainstream radio. So I think it's like one of the still, I hope to be like one of the most important avenues, and really, really respectable, because you guys are doing this while in class and working to become something else. I was skipping class, so like,
yeah, respect to what you guys are doing, for sure.
Yeah.
I would like to thank you guys for doing the interview and everything, and it's been an absolute pleasure talking to everybody. I hope you have a great session, and congrats on the new single.
Thank
you so much.
We love
Of
you,
course. Bye.
Thank you very much for listening to this WXAV 88.3 FM podcast. Be sure to visit our website, wxav.com, for more information on your escape from ordinary radio.